So, I went up the quarry, but I had an awful time trying to find my way around. It all looked the same, and I seemed to keep turning up in the places I'd already been to. Then I realised what was going on. I'd stumbled upon one of Bobby's time loop pools. So every time I wanted to get a bit closer, I'd end up back where I was. It was very confusing. Still, I think I was getting closer to finding Mary, the kickboxing tutor to the kids at Chemois. It was the least I could do. I'd got plenty of time on my hands now I was retired. Now, the council knew that there was a possibility that the local quarry could be opened again if they could find decent samples of the heavy metals they used to mine there. So, they had to find some kind of expert. It needed to be somebody qualified in geochemistry. Now, these people are very skilled. They're few and far between. So, the council had to look beyond this solar system. They managed to get hold of this Kurt Shoemaker. I think he came from the Andromeda Galaxy, and he was a time-travelling geochemist. So, he'd been investigating these time loop pools up in the quarry that Bobby Shutterstock knew about. So, the other link is that Mary Hasselblad, the kickboxing tutor to the kids at Chemois, had been having a fling with Kurt. They'd been seen in the car park in Kurt's BMW, and the windows were a bit steamy. It was just after that point that Mary went missing. I'd drawn a blank going up to the Paris mountain, so I decided to try another quarry, Llanberis, and I went up the slate quarries up there. I had a hunch this Kurt Shoemaker would have been checking that place out as well for heavy metals, so I followed this path up to the upper levels of the quarry and I had a look around. Well, I could not believe what I found. I was walking through one of the tunnels, and there on the ground there was a kickboxing glove. It had to be Mary's. I thought, I'm onto something here. I really am, I'm onto something here. Inside the glove I found a note, but it said, go to the lookout near Dinas. Now, I'm not one to overlook a gift horse when I see one, so I got my atlas out and I had a look to see where Dinas was, and it wasn't far away from Llanberis. So I drove down there one windy, sunny morning and had a bit of a poke around. I walked up the shingle and I started to get that feeling like I wasn't getting very far. I kept turning round and ending up where I'd started. Now, it wasn't a time loop pool, it was time loop shingle, and now I'd heard about this phenomenon. Time loop shingle is where you make a hell of a row walking over the shingle and all of a sudden you've got nowhere, you're back where you started. Now, I thought I must be onto something again with this time loop business, but I think I needed to look to see what was happening at the airport. So I lay down in the shingle and I got my binoculars out. They were ones that I borrowed from me niece, Joanna. I watched a few of the planes taking off, but I realised I wasn't going to find Mary just like plane spotting. I needed to get a bit closer to the airport. So I drove down, parked in the car park, and went and sat down right by the runway. And while I was watching from the runway, a plane took off, and there she was, sat in the passenger seat. And she actually waved at me. There, I saw her. So I'd found her, but I'd lost her again straight away. Still, it did prove my theory that she was still alive. Unfortunately, it wasn't going to count for much. I had no proof. I couldn't go to the newspapers and tell them, because they wouldn't have believed me. So, I just had to draw a line under the whole thing. Go back home, put the kettle on, get the newspaper out, and try and find another unsolved case.